Yo, what's up, YouTube? We're out here with another Wednesday drop. Your boy Rebirth James doing the thing. Bang, bang. Yada da man. All right, here we go. Okay. All right. You can tell I'm feeling pretty juiced up, pretty happy right now. It has been quite an interesting few days. I don't know if you guys see my last video I dropped recently, talking about disappointment, social credibility, and things like that. Yeah, man, it turns out that day I was actually pleasantly surprised, but also thrown for a loop when one of my good friends came out here to visit, and he actually followed through. But that ended up being a whole other thing. But it was still a good time overall. I love and respect him, and yeah, I'm glad that he made the move to come out here and visit and hang out. And yeah, we went out to go meet some friends and go dance and stuff. So that brings me into my three subjects today. One, overcommitment or overcommittance. I don't know if that's a word. Second one, friend groups or communities, or more of a focus group of friends that you go and do certain things with. And lastly, introductions, more so like introducing friends to friends, or introducing self or others to new things. So yeah, let's just start off with it fresh. All right. So overcommitment. Yeah, this was just something I thought about sharing in the video. It's something I struggle with at times. I'm one of those people that will either do a little close to nothing, or I'll do a lot where I just fill in all of my time for the day and just not really think about too much of what time I'll have in between then to do other things. And this actually falls right back into social credibility. I feel like overcommitment can be a hit on that social credit. Like that causes fools to be late. It causes fools to not get things tidy before getting into the next thing. It causes misplanning and other hurdles. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that to attention because, yeah, that's something I struggle with. I was actually messaging a good friend of mine. We're beginning to like grow a really cool relationship. We went to Burning Man together, and yeah, I'm really close friends with her partner, one of my good friends, and yeah, was invited to, let's just say, a potluck dinner, and I just sometimes I could be a yes man, especially if it's something I really want to do and I kind of want to be there for them, um, almost more than being there for myself. Um, and it just got to a point where I was like, yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I can make some food and do this, that, and the other. And then in my mind, I'm like, wow, that's actually going to be quite a full day. I got to work that day. I got this car situation I got to deal with. And I got to travel, take a Uber or something over to their house and then back and then make some food. And then I planned on possibly going dancing out afterwards. And then I got to work tomorrow, so I got to make sure I sleep. And I don't see where that time is in for me at all. And a Thursday. Thursdays lately have been popping. And yeah, just overcommitment could be a killer, man. Like, just that's the key to exhaustion right there. Just doing too much. So I decided on just letting her know through text and saying, hey, I'm sorry. I don't think we can make this work, but we can replan, and you're invited to this other thing going on. And yeah, I always kind of feel bad when I do that. I don't like going back on my word after I said yes. So yeah, that's another hit on social credibility. That's kind of a theme you'll probably hear more on this channel, social credibility. I think that's something that I really want to make sure I have a good relationship with, um, social credibility. So yeah, that's overcommitment. Um, yeah, if you got too much stuff going on, you gotta be the yes man. You gotta be the person. Be like, yes, I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that. It even goes into work sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'll work this job, I'll work this job, then I'll work this job all in the same day. And then I won't have any sleep between then. And then the next day I have a job earlier in the morning. And I'm like, hey, I can make some extra money. And then I'm just like a zombie beginning of the day. And sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. But for the health sake and everything, it's just not. Like, sleep is so important. So, yeah. So, why do I even bring up these three subjects? Because these last few days, they've been pretty prominent, um, in my experience. And yeah, sometimes I procrastinate on some things too. So it's just kind of good to let it out, and just speak it, be more vulnerable and transparent with these things, especially even being online. Um, I struggle with speech a lot of the time. It's kind of hard for me to articulate words and things like that. I mean, I'm getting all fancy saying articulate, I guess, but it's just a little hard for me, speaking sometimes. So yeah, I think it's just a good way for me to outlet some things. Um, so second one is groups, friend groups, community. So what's so interesting about that is growing up, I really didn't trust groups and communities and even like my friends a lot of the time. Like it's been a thing growing up. I just feel like I've been betrayed so many times and misunderstood and made fun of and bullied and all these things. But that's not what this is about. This is more so about like focus, focusing on having certain groups for certain things. So, as I probably mentioned in like the video before this last video or a few videos ago, I just recently joined this ecstatic dance group. So what we do is we meet twice a week on the weekends and we dance. We just free flow dance, and it is so much fun. Like dancing is my language. Again, maybe sometime I'll show some dancing videos. I'm kind of shy right now with the camera with dancing. I don't really have the space for all that with all this art in this room and the floor and the carpet and everything. But anyway, like having a focused group has been very, very cool for me. Like just recently, we went out to this like lounge bar spot. It had some local band. I don't even know if they're a local band playing, but there was two bands playing. And before that, we had like a big gathering. We had like a cacao ceremony. Two of my great friends were holding space for that, and there was felt like about 30 of us in like one room, which was a trip. Drinking cacao, getting all buzzed up a bit. I don't know if you guys know what cacao is, but it's kind of like it's what they use to make chocolate, but it's also what they use to make like cocaine. But the cacao bean is it's like this highly caffeinated bean, and they break it up and they make it into this powder, and then you can use that powder to make like this kind of like chocolate-esque drink out of it. It's like a hot chocolate, but think of like a hot chocolate like chai. Um, Anyway, we all got together and we put our intentions together. We shared a part of ourselves and our intentions for the night, for dancing, and we wanted to have a safe space for all of us to be there in a space that serves alcohol and people smoking and different energies going on and stuff. So it was just really cool being in that group that night, and even bringing one of my great friends who is not very familiar with that kind of thing. And I'll kind of throw that in the last thing about introduction. But for now, I think groups are really important. Yeah, it took a while for me to trust groups and things, and I always feel like the weird guy because I'm not very, I don't know, how could I say it? It's like lately, you notice there's like a lot of new age people and all this stuff like yoga, which is cool and all, yoga, and they're just, I don't know. I just feel my self-esteem gets hit with all these things because I'm like, I'm not super experienced and I'm not very experienced in these kind of things that they're into. I'm familiar with them and they seem pretty cool, but I'm not as knowledgeable and I don't feel like I could really speak on those kind of things. Um, I'll have to open that up to a whole nother video because that's a whole 40 minutes I can keep speaking on self-esteem and not feeling like I'm fitting in. But yeah, after living out here in this city for 7 years and knowing these people for so long, some of them I known for like 5 years, some of them knew for like 2 years, some like 3, some I just met. But getting together and just being vulnerable and authentic, it takes some strength. And that's a big reason, again, why I'm doing these videos on here, is to kind of build more of that relationship with you guys, but also have that confidence to speak and have that voice through myself to be able to speak in the camera and say those things. Anyway, yeah, so groups, like, they really help me understand myself more because it helps me reflect on other people that might have similar experiences and feelings and things like that. And it's just good to have friends, you know? Like, some of my best friends actually moved out from this state and city that I live in. And yeah, having these friends and groups that we meet up a few times a week now, really, which is a trip, really makes a big difference. So yeah, if you're ever looking to find some groups or something, I'm sure there's communities out here. If you guys even want to comment on the video and start kind of building some kind of community around this channel and things I talk about, I welcome that too, because I love seeing people meet each other. And that goes into the segue of introductions. Wow. So I wanted to bring this to my attention, to you guys' attention in this channel, because yeah, sometimes trying things for the first time could be really difficult, nerve-wracking, and yeah, bring a lot of anxiety, and yeah, it's just a lot sometimes, and it can be uncomfortable, really. And yeah, introducing my friend that I've known for more than 15 years to this group of friends that I've known less than half the time of that, it's a trip, you know? Like, we came up in a different place. We didn't really have these kind of connections with people. I didn't, and he sounds like he's never had anything like that before. And yeah, it's okay to try something new every now and then, you know? Get out of that comfort zone, you know, dabble in something fresh, and who knows, it might might surprise you to be introduced to those things. Being introduced to those things. I can't even speak right now. Yeah, it just opens up so many new avenues. pretty soon. I mean, this video is gonna be dropped tomorrow, which is Wednesday, so we're kind of time traveling per usual. But yeah, on Thursday, the day after this video is posted, my wife, she's actually going out with me and some of my friends to go out dancing, and that's very unusual. She is super shy when it comes to people. Um, she's not very confident in her English, and she's, I don't know, like, I think she's a little intimidated by how I move and dance around and interact with people. So something new, like, and it's exciting. I'm excited for her, but I can only imagine how she feels. I think she's excited too because it's like music that she can actually jive to a bit. But like, man, I remember my first time snowboarding. That was nerve wracking. I'm like, I'm about to go get a rush down this mountain. I'm about to flip and fly all over the place. I don't know if I'm gonna get hurt. But man, after that first time, I'm like, wow, that really beat me up. But that was fun. You know, like, I don't know if you ever get that rush from trying something new. Not every new thing is good though. I mean, there's some things I urge you kind of just not try, but I think you have your best judgment trying to figure that stuff out for yourself. But yeah, introductions. Yeah. Like, sometimes even hard for me to introduce people to other people. I'm not that great at edifying. I'm just like, yo, this is a cool person. This is a cool person. This is them. That's it. You figure out the rest on your own. Like, I'm the kind of dude that will be like, yo, this is this. And hey, you discover what you get out of it. I don't want to tell you what it is. Like if I were to show you one of these paintings back here and you were to ask me, hey, what is this about? Or what's that about? I'd be like, I don't know, man. That's something for you to discover. And that's just kind of how it is for me with everything. It's like introduce you to some kind of music. Like, I don't know what genres what. I don't know. I really don't know anything, really. I could just be like, this is whatever you want it to be. You make the best out of it. That's the best way I can say it. That's why I dig ecstatic dance. I dig that free flow stuff. I dig experimental music, like jamming and stuff. Like something I gotta work on is structure, and sometimes it's good to not have structure, but then a lot of time it is good to have some structure. In this video, like in general, I just thought about it maybe 2 minutes before making this video on the 3 subjects, and I was like, I feel that would be nice to talk about. So let me just talk about it. Yeah, so yeah, those are my 3 things I wanted to share today. And yeah, let's ask ourselves these questions like, maybe what would be one that'd be good to ask you guys as an audience? What are 3 things that you feel that you would feel good talking to somebody about from the month of November? Like, what are 3 things that you feel that are prominent in your experience that you'd want to ask yourself or others about? Or what are things that make you excited about December? Like, what are things that you look forward to exploring in December? Yeah, you can ask me some questions too. You can throw them down in the comments. Feel free to like this video if you were into it. I know I'm all over the place. Yeah, I just feel good. I just feel good right now. And I see some really great changes coming. And Shout out to Positive Momentum, Ecstatic Dance Group. The name right there, Positive Momentum. That's where we're at right now. I hope you on that high too. All right, guys, I'm gonna let this thing go and have a good night or day or whatever you're having. I'll see y'all later. Peace.